Hello everyone, and in today's video I'll be showing you the ECMWF chart only, and the reason I'm doing so is because there's a lot of uncertainty with all the runs, and each day I'll be doing each run. Today I'll be looking at the ECMWF run, tomorrow we'll have a look at the GEM run, and on Sunday we'll have a look at the GFS run. And then on Monday, I think we'll compare all of those runs together and see which one is the most probable. So 4 days of looking at this uncertainty, very, very uncertain from all of those runs yesterday. So we'll start with the ECMWF. This is high pressure or low pressure. This is weekly mean anomaly. Mean sea level pressure, weekly mean anomaly. What's that mean? That means pressure level, high pressure or low pressure. Pink means high pressure, gray means low pressure. And then you can see 26th of May, 19th of May to 26th of May will be wrapped in mostly high pressure. A week ahead of that, into 2nd of June, low pressure most likely will be dominating with this color. And then a week ahead after that, into 2nd of June to the 9th of June, less uncertainty. The lighter the shade, the less uncertainty. But even the week after the 2nd of June, still is showing signs of low pressure. And this is the time which I'll go. That's the furthest timestamp I will go for this ECMWF run. And the reason for that is because I'll only go for 3 to 4 weeks ahead. Any further than that will start to get very uncertain. Let me show you play one more week. And then look at those. Those colors become even lighter. And at the end, basically, very light low pressure, very light high pressure colors. But whereas in the beginning, we were seeing a lot of those shades much more vibrant. But again, as we head into 3 weeks ahead, it starts to get uncertain and things start to get out of control. Now, this is the precipitation. This is very clear to you already. The green basically means wetter than usual. The brown basically means drier than usual. And you can see with a link with this, actually, when you see brown, basically always, not always, but most of the time, it means high pressure, because it doesn't make sense. High pressure means sunny skies, not always sunny skies, but less rain. And whereas low pressure, on the other hand, in contrast, will of course create thunderstorms, tropical storms, and then they're going to contain more rain, isn't it? And then when we've got high pressure again, it's sunnier conditions. First week off, starting off 19th of May to 26th of May. Brownish colors covering most parts of the UK, Iceland, and Scandinavia, and parts of Europe as well. Skip to a week ahead. Look at that, it shifts to much more wetter conditions. Remember, full screen that again soon. You can see this is low pressure and this is wetter conditions. So these two linking really well, really certain with these two models, but not talking about because these two models are all the same. This is ECMWF, this is ECMWF, but just saying that link is very certain, but not in terms of how likely it's going to be. In terms of the link, it is quite certain as well. But play another week ahead of that. Go back. You can see again, those colors will start to fade at this point. And I'll stop right there. Here, you can currently see green is most likely on the map here around the UK and across the southern France as well. And this indicates again low pressure dominance, very certain for that link again. And now we'll move on to the next run, which is weekly mean anomalies. You can get another link with this from the mean sea level pressure. Basically, usually it's a little bit different, but in winter, high pressure means colder weather, low pressure means warmer weather. In summer, high pressure means hotter weather, and low pressure means colder weather. But inside spring or autumn that can vary between. So not really much of a good decidable link here, but still you can still get something out of this. You see, basically this red spot basically meaning high pressure. No, sorry, it means above temperatures than usual for the time of year, and blue means below average temperatures for the time of year. And that means that as we play through this run, again, even though it's low pressure here, 26th of May, going back to this one, low pressure here, centered around the UK. Even though it's low pressure, does not mean it will be colder, it will be warmer like we do in winter, or it will be colder like we do in summer. But again, as I did say, low pressure can be either warm or cold in spring or autumn, or high pressure can be warm or cold as well. Again, that variation between that temperature between it can confuse some people. But again, milder air mass does look like it's going to dominate. And skipping ahead to 2nd of June to 9th of June, you can see. Basically, again, milder air is wrapped in there. So from this run, all milder air, not much of a good link between all models. But again, still, milder air is in stock was. So still, it is going to be sunnier weather. And of course, low pressure does mean stormier weather. And then from only really for the start of this week where we got high pressure only. And now, I'll actually put this run first. 500 HP geopotential high and 800 HPA temperatures. So here, we have got temperatures from 5,000 feet and also these black lines here. These are isobars. If you see a good giveaway sign, how to tell between high pressure and low pressure. These are spread out, high pressure, definitely. These are very close together. It means low pressure. Again, this one up here, low pressure up here, and here, high pressure. That's why. But we'll actually go on with this run first. 16th of May, not much changes. We got 1-2 curve low here. High pressure moves up a little bit further north and now stop there. 17th of May 2025. We got developing low pressure down towards the South Atlantic there. North Atlantic. We got high pressure moving ever so slightly up into Iceland. And that's running back now. How did this low pressure actually develop? 16th of May. 1 low pressure, 2 low pressure. Kink in the isobars. You see how there's an amplification in that. Usually before low pressure develop, it's very, very smooth. It curves back up. But when you see a low pressure trying to develop, you kind of get this arc shape, which you know low pressure is going to develop. Because if I run 3 hours ahead of that, you see this line, which was intentionally to close up, has closed up 3 hours later. And then that's a sign which you know low pressure is going to come up and then get going back before 3 hours. These two lines very close together, and then look at that, they're about to close up if I run up 3 hours later. That's how it developed there. Continuing to play this 17th of May. High pressure still towards Greenland, Iceland and Greenland, and low pressure towards towards Europe, and low pressure towards the north there as well. This deepening low pressure will continue on to 18th of May. Does not look like it's going to hit much of parts of the UK, but here still we got low pressure up here, low pressure down here. High pressure is just on demand, it's blocking it. Without this high pressure, these two low pressures could as well just go towards the UK and just basically merge into one. We will see storms with stormy conditions with that. But no, high pressure is actually dominating so far and is doing it pretty well. 18th of May, this low pressure down here hitting Madrid and continuing playing this. High pressure is still starting to lose hope on the UK. And then here, look, notice with this high pressure, as I said before, when you see a low pressure developing, it's kind of like a kink in the isobars. So we do get this one kink in the isobars developing here. And on 18th, 19th of May, that eventually releases, and then we get brand new low pressure over the UK. And look at this, high pressure is losing grip of the UK and it's only centered across Iceland. And continuing to play this, you see low pressure is still very boring part here. You see continuing basically 20th of May, low pressure, not much changes. 20th of May still, low pressure moves further southwards. 21st of May, still low pressure. But look at this, we get north winds coming from the north, and those colors start to change on the map. And as we continue, you can currently see these. I'll bring up the key here actually. Green here, you see -4, -8 degrees coming down there with that northerly breeze. This high low pressure is cut off low, coming down towards France. And as we continue this, you can see high pressure from the Azores trying to build in. But this low pressure, two low pressures, again, they do really want to merge into one. But again, it does kind of form that easterly breeze, NEO positive, and North Atlantic Oscillation, that's what it stands for. And let's go and bring in that westerly breeze towards the UK. And that's going to continue to flush in milder towards the UK. I'll just stop there for now and make time for the last chart, weather regime. NEO plus. Stormy conditions, block, high pressure, sunny let me start over again. NEO plus, stormy conditions, low pressure systems, and winds coming from the west. Blocking, high pressure towards Scandinavia, blocking the weather. Generally, cooler conditions in winter, but milder conditions in summer. And NEO minus, much more drier conditions, sunny conditions, and also winds coming from the east. ATR, basically really same thing, high pressure dominating the weather. No regime is basically mixed, or either no regime or is either mixed weather or something like that. To start with, you can currently see this is basically all blocking here up to 19th of May, all nearly 90% is all blocking, and that means that we're quite certain we're going to get blocking. But again, after that, look what it drops straight down to here, and then it fills it up with NEO plus. And then what does that mean? Until 25th of May, it's going to fill with NEO plus. And that means westerly breeze, stormier weather. Linking back to this chart, we have seen low pressure 26th of May to 2nd of June, and this reflects it right here. All blue means low pressure. But then after that, beyond 27th, 29th of May, you can see NEO minus, that means easterly breeze, but also very uncertain here. We're getting mixture of NEO minus, NEO plus, and also no regime. So pretty mixed weather here and some uncertainty. But that's your ECMWF covered run today. Tomorrow I'll have a look at the GEM run, and the day after we'll have a look at the GFS, and after that we'll compare often to see which one is the most likely. Thank you for watching this video, and until the next time, goodbye.